morning, everybody, also from my side. And thanks to everybody for having decided to sharing your time during this weekend in this really beautiful location. I would like to give also especially a warm welcome to the partners which have decided to come from outside India and have traveled a really long distance to be with us here today. I'm sure and confident that after this 3-day session, you will be really happy for having done this choice, sacrificing precious time during weekend, usually dedicated to families and relax. I need to say that it is really a true honor for me to be in front of you today, since, as Mr. Chopra remembered, you are the partners that, along with us, have created and built up the history of three-wheeler in this market during the last 2 decades, and so have contributed to make Piaggio, this really historical brand, more and more known at the global level. As you may know, I'm relatively new in this contest, being appointed only a few months ago in the month of June 2007. This is the first time that I'm having the chance to be in front of all of you at the same time. You will bear somehow a little bit from me if I give you just a little bit of background of myself and of Piaggio Group at a glance. I said I started my career in Piaggio in 2005. During these years, I've always been taking care of industrial operations, mainly procurement, giving continuity to my professional background accumulated during my previous experience in Fiat and General Motors. When in 2005 I was given the chance to join Piaggio, the main driver for my choice at that point in time was the mindset and the international imprinting which belonged to this industrial group, which is perfectly combined with the legacy and strength of brands like Vespa and Ape, just to mention the main ones, which have made the history of light urban and suburban mobility for transportation of people and goods at a global level. Today, Piaggio Group is a company which counts more than 7,000 employees all across the world, with 5 main industrial sites for two-wheeler, commercial vehicle and engine production in Europe, South Asia and India, with 4 main R&D centers and more than 6 lakh vehicles produced and sold every year, competing every single day with huge players and huge competitors like Honda, Yamaha, Hero, Bajaj and BMW, just to mention some of them. Piaggio, as a matter of fact, is the player which, right after the end of the Second World War, has invented, through Vespa, the concept itself of scooter, intended as light urban two-wheeler vehicle, meant for practical use and easy use for everyday mobility needs. And through Ape, the concept itself of three-wheeler, for last-mile connectivity of goods and people. Piaggio, as a fact, is one of the companies which can count on a higher number of successes in championship in the entire history of world bikes racing, with brands like Gilera, Moto Guzzi and Aprilia more recently. We can talk of one of the higher number of patents in the field of technological innovation, among which I would like to mention the first three-wheeler tilting scooter, our Piaggio MP3, that has been recently clonated, that is the real word, by players like Peugeot and Yamaha, and the first hybrid thermal electrical engine for specific two-wheeler application. Project both born in the year 2007, so more than 10 years ago. And since the word electrical mobility for all-wheeler vehicle in India is now on everybody's mouth nowadays, it is worth to remember that Piaggio is designing and industrializing full electric scooter and three-wheelers since more than 10 years so far. In India itself, we are present since the end of the year 90s. At first only in the field of small commercial vehicle sector, and more recently since 2012, in the two-wheelers one. And all along these periods, Piaggio has provided fundamental contribution for the development and the expansion of sustainable mobility of goods and people in all main cities in India and abroad. And this mainly due to the vision and the wise acumen of managers that have led it so far, namely Mr. Ravi Chopra, which I'm honored to consider not only my predecessor, but my mentor and guide in this new challenging task. You would like to join me for another big round of applause, please.